So one of the things, obviously, customer acquisition on Facebook is important for anybody that's doing applications on Facebook Canvas, and it's incredibly effective, and it's fairly easy to use, and you can get a lot of people very quickly if you know what you're doing in terms of buying customer acquisition ads on Facebook. One of the things that's relatively new is Facebook's dedication to mobile and the ability for game developers like us to be able to buy mobile customers through Facebook as well. Peter GAN is here with his associate Jiakai Lim, yeah? And they're going to talk to us about customer acquisition on Facebook and how to do that well. So come on up on stage, Peter, and we'll get started, okay?
Thank you,
Good luck.
David, for the warm introduction. So as David mentioned, my name is Peter, and I head up apps and games for Facebook across Asia Pacific. I've been with Facebook now for about 18 months, and it's been an incredible journey so far. A bit more about me. Prior to Facebook, I was with Google for 5 years, where one of the many hats that I wore was heading up the media and entertainment vertical. So I've been in this industry for quite a while, and I can honestly say that at this point in time, at least in my short career, is one of the most exciting times to be part of the gaming industry. So I see many of you are looking at my timeline up here. Just to give you a bit more background, my photo with the eye patch, that was not a fancy dress party, but that was I actually had some eye surgery done about 5 weeks ago. So if I do any winking at you, it's not because it's nothing personal. So anyway. Okay, so I'm personally really excited to be here. The gaming industry, it's big, it's vibrant, and it's absolutely a key category to Facebook. Now in the press, you'll often hear stories about Facebook, but alongside Facebook, you hear about many of our gaming partners. Companies like Zynga, Playtika, Plarium, King.com. These are companies that are now household names, and they've built their businesses on the back of Facebook. So why am I here today, and why am I standing here in front of you? The reason is, none of the game companies I just mentioned are from Asia. We want to change that. We want your companies to be the next names in the next companies that are household names in the gaming industry. And we believe we have the tools to help you to do that. So, you all know this, but it's really good to reiterate. The gaming industry is growing really fast. There's been 2 exciting innovations that's happened over the past several years. One of them has been the rise of freemium games with microtransactions. These games have taken over nearly every platform and have basically changed the way games are monetized. Even games as large as Star Wars: The Old Republic are adopting this model to basically grow their user base. Now, the second major innovation is the rise of mobile. Mobile, especially when I talk about mobile, I'm talking about smartphones and tablets. Mobile has seen phenomenal growth over the past 5 years. And Gartner predicts that the mobile category on its own is going to be an $11 billion category. Now, we're seeing this with our developers. Many of our developers, especially those doing console development, are turning their attention to mobile and wanting our help with that. And we find that really exciting. But this shift to mobile has caught even the most savvy marketers by surprise. But what makes mobile so difficult to market on? It's just a smaller screen. So what is it? I want to introduce you to my friend George up here. George is your typical 26-year-old guy. He lives in the suburbs and commutes to work. So picture him, he takes the train to work. On the train, he's on his smartphone, browsing around. He'll get to work and probably spend the next 8 to 10 hours on his work PC. George is also a photographer. So after work, he'll go home, boot up his home computer, and do a bit of Adobe Photoshop and probably browse around as well. Then probably around 10 o'clock, he'll have a shower, get into bed, get out his iPad, read a book, and do a bit more surfing. Now, I want you to picture someone like George in your heads and think about yourselves. How many devices do you use in your lives? At home, at work, when you're driving, when you're on the train, and just have a think. Hands up, how many people use more than 2 devices? Great. How many use more than 4? Okay, still some of you. As you can see, we are living in a multi-device world. And this multi-device world makes it extremely difficult to target advertisers. And just one example is, it used to be that retargeting was easy. You could drop a cookie on someone's PC and basically keep on advertising to that same person using the same device. But cookies do not transfer between your work computer to your smartphone to your tablet. Retargeting is difficult, and that's just one aspect of mobile that makes it tricky for marketers. Another big problem is app discovery. You know, it seems like every other month, Google or Apple are just doing a press release saying, hey, I've got 700,000 apps in my app store. Now, this is amazing for the overall mobile ecosystem. But actually, if you're a developer developing mobile apps, and whether you have 1 or whether you have 10, when you submit your app into this app store, how are you going to be discovered? I know from my own experience, if I'm a bit bored, I'll surf, I'll look at the top 25 apps. And if I'm really bored, I might go to the top 50 and download a few. But hey, if you're 51 or 52 on the charts, I'm personally never going to see you. And this is a big problem. Discovery through app stores is very difficult. Now, over the past, I'd say, year or so, the product team at Facebook has been working very closely with our marketing team. And we've been working hard to develop a comprehensive gaming marketing solution just for gaming developers and advertisers. And we think we've nailed it. And our solution comprises of all of Facebook's key strengths: massive global relevant reach, precision targeting, prominent placement, and measurement. So I just want to take you through each of these just very briefly. So feedback from lots of our clients, particularly those from Japan and Korea, say that they want to go outside of their home countries. They want to go beyond Japan. They want to go beyond Korea. They want to go into Asia. They want to go out of Asia. And we've been working really hard to do this with them, and we're seeing a lot of success. And the feedback that we're getting from these advertisers, they're basically saying to us, Facebook is the answer. We are getting great overall reach around the world through Facebook. And why is that? Facebook across the world has more than 1 billion users every month logging in. And just on the mobile phone, we have over 750 million users. If there's one platform you need to be on to expand your business across the globe, it is Facebook. But reach is not the only thing. You need to be able to find your customers. Now, as I've been saying, reach, finding your customers online is difficult. People are using multiple devices, it's tricky. Once again, we work really closely between our product engineers and marketing and Facebook to develop some amazing solutions. And Giakai is going to be talking about these in more detail later. But custom audiences, vertical audiences, lookalike audiences, broad category targeting, when you combine that with the fact that Facebook has authentic identity for every user, you end up with really impressive targeting capability. And an example of this is Nielsen OCR did a ran a research program in December last year. And they were looking at campaigns targeting adults aged 18 to 24. Now, the online average of a campaign for this demographic is 29%. Hey, if you're an app developer and that is your target audience, and you're saying, hey, I want to buy ads for this demographic, almost one in four of your ads is going to that demographic. That's crazy. Facebook, with our authentic identity of each user across different platforms, combined with our different audience solutions, that statistic comes to 91%. You can reach your exact target demographic using Facebook. Now, I just want to take a pause here and just ask the crowd a question. What is the most popular newspaper in the world, online or offline? Hands up. Yes, good answer. Facebook's newsfeed is the #1 personal newspaper in the world today, online or offline. Every month, 1 billion people read this newspaper to share content, to keep up to date with their family and friends, and to discover new things. Now, as I've mentioned here in the big red bubble, the newsfeed is also where people engage with Facebook. Of all the likes that happen on Facebook every day, 65% of them happen on the newsfeed. It's really engaging real estate. But what does this mean for you? And how is this an opportunity for you as marketers? It means that when you place your brands or your apps on this newsfeed, people not only see your brand, but they're engaged with it. And what does that mean with apps? It means that they can click one button and install your app straight away. And that is powerful. You can sit from your work computer at work, target different countries, and bam, your ads and your app install ads are across the world. That is really powerful. Finally, we've been investing a lot of resources into doing a good job with this. Facebook really allows you to track the success of your campaigns very accurately. You're able to install our SDK into your Android and iOS apps and track installs. You can also work with our mobile measurement partners to track the lifetime value of your apps. We offer the complete solution, and it all comes together rests on Facebook's capabilities. So I hope I've given you a good overview on what we offer. Jia Lim, who is our most tenured senior account manager at Facebook on the gaming vertical, is going to go into a bit more detail into terms of how you can take what I just said and actually put it into action and market your next game. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Peter. Hi, everyone. I'm Jia Kai. Very glad to be here today to talk about Facebook marketing solutions. In fact, it's still quite fresh on my mind to talk about this topic because just about 2 weeks ago, I was attending a Facebook sales conference in US, and we have a new narrative for the gaming vertical. If you look at my timeline here, I got a photo taken at the sales conference with my colleague there. The theme of the conference was lead. While you're taking charge of marketing your game product, I hope to lead you on using Facebook marketing solution. I'm going to get the clicker. Thank you. So, marketing your next game on Facebook. Our solution framework remains the same, even though our product will evolve over time. So we have 4 objectives here. Create awareness, engage gamer, launch the game, and increase re-engagement. So how we're going to do that? I'm going to walk you through these 4 objectives using a game that I'm going to use as an example. It's a Family Farm Seaside. This is an iOS mobile game. So now, let's go through the 4 objectives. The first one, awareness. How do you actually create awareness? You build a Facebook page for awareness. The Facebook page is the identity for your game product. You start off with a profile picture and a cover photos, which represent the game. And then you want to build contents. What are the contents you can? What we call as a page post. The page post can be like the photos, videos, web links, event, or poll. And when you have the content, you want to build a community. The community are the users who like or interact on this Facebook page. And when you have interaction, you create organic distributions to the friends or fans. Engage. We can help you to engage the community. We segment the audience into the 3 sets here. Custom audiences is to activate your loyal gamers. Vertical audiences, build buzz with prospective gamers. And broad category targeting or lookalike audiences where you can actually create mass awareness with a target demographic. Now, let's deep dive a little bit into each of these segments. Custom audiences. You activate your loyal gamers using custom audiences. It's actually the data that you already have or you own, and you build a custom audiences list. Now, let me give you an example. You are launching a new game, which is a second series of the game title. So you want to activate the loyal gamers of the first series. So how are you going to do that? If you have the phone numbers, the email address, or the Facebook login ID, you can create the custom audience list. This is the really valuable and loyal gamers that you want to target. And you can match this list with the Facebook database, and you want to target this group of gamers. Now, there's a lot of words here. You don't have to read all of them. We actually created a cluster of audiences, what we call as gaming vertical audiences. This is specially created for gaming vertical only. There are 5 different audiences. Now, let's just look at number 4, okay? Engaged gamer. What do we call an engaged gamer? Globally, there are more than 47 million users, which what we call as engaged gamer. These are the Facebook users who play game regularly in the past week, and most likely, these are the users that are looking for new games to play. So you want to acquire these users because they are the one who become more likely to be the one that wants to play your new game. Now, if we look at a broader reach, you can use a precise interest targeting. For example, people who like Clash of Clans, video games, or even poker. So a precise interest is really about Facebook users' profile. Now, if I give you an example, within Asia, there are a lot of Oriental theme games. So you want to target users probably who are male, 13 to 34 years old, live in Taiwan, and who speak traditional Chinese. So you can actually layer all this targeting on top of the audiences that I talked about earlier. When you're launching the game, you want to reach the people that you care about. So just now, Peter mentioned that a lot of users, or more than 1 billion users, they're spending time on Facebook. So what do you think they are doing? So besides playing game, they spend a lot of time on newsfeed. So what you can do is that from the content on the page, which what we call as page posts, you use the content and convert them into your marketing material, and you place them on newsfeed. So newsfeed is the most engaging and probably the most important property on Facebook. And you want to place your photos, your posts on newsfeed. So if you are launching a mobile app, Facebook has a mobile app install app. This is an ad unit that was specially tailored for you to run the campaign with the objective of driving app download. And you can actually target user with specific mobile device. So what you can see here is that I have an example of 2 mobile app install app. When user see this ad, all they have to do is just click on the photos or anywhere within this ad unit. It will take the user directly from their mobile newsfeed to the App Store, whether it's a Google Play Store or the Apple App Store. Now, I believe that many of you here has some challenges when it comes to re-engaging users. There are users who have played the game and then they left for a while, or users who are not probably buying enough virtual goods, which they should be. So if you look at re-engage here, how are we going to do that? Remember custom audiences. Custom audiences can help you to do that. I can give you an example. Users who have played the game who have played the game and then left for more than 30 days. From your database, you pull out these users, you form the custom audience list, and you target these users. What you can do is that you can customize the image and also your message to target these users. During a sales promotion, or you have a content update of your game. So these are the users that you re-engage using custom audiences. Now, you have seen quite a lot of diagram and screenshot I used for this game called Family Farm Seaside. So Family Farm Seaside is a mobile iOS game that developed by the company called Fun Plus. So Fun Plus is seeing a lot of successes on the 4 objectives. So Facebook created an official case study with Fun Plus based on the result they are seeing. 28% lower CPI, the highest conversion rate among the other mobile ad networks. And they also see 200% higher CTR comparing to other mobile networks. So I can be quite sure to tell you that Fun Plus have achieved their objective and also their goal of increasing the mobile app install cost efficiently on their targeted market. Okay. In conclusion, whether your game is on Facebook, mobile, web, or console, we can help you using the right ad unit, targeting features, or targeting features and also the tools to help you to market your games on Facebook. Now, all this work can be done self-service in the comfort of home. If there's one key takeaway for you today from this presentation, I would say Facebook lets you reach all the people matters to you on the device they use. Thank you for your time and attention. Thank you.